We will in death qualifying tournament. We're not here for night playing. You can see in our roll ticker who are the final tomorrow afternoon. Are ready to go? We have 15 bowlers remaining. Wrestlers at top 5, Jason Cal 250, Robert Smith's at 240, and Tim Chris stands in seat at 235. So anything about Chris, and we'll have a here we go. So as we go to the next round, it'll be number 18 Ward. So Ward is called out. He is the next person here. So let's go ahead and bring Ricky Ward out. He's from 1996. Left-hander. And again, let's hope we do play this correctly this evening. Again, if you are with us, we did have some issues last night. We will correct it. Again, rolling a pair of 5s will bring you back 2 frames to your last score. Rolling a pair of 6s will bring you back and that shows your hot streak going and how it will qualify you for future tournament. So that's how that works. So let's go ahead and bowl death 4 for all the dough. 5 will advance, 2 step ladder final on Saturday. Let's go ahead and fix our camera here so we're all set. And now here we go. The first bowl of the night, and it's off. And it's going to be an 8 and a spare for Ricky Ward. So Ward has an 8. Gets a spare, and that's not how you want to start this. You need to have a 235 to move. 554 is a strike, so he gets the benefit of the doubt. He gets the strike, and he has 20 for the first frame. So Ricky Ward now has the benefit of going. This is the third one. It's another one. That's going to go back 2, and this time he gets the 8 in the spare. Oh, he knew that was going to be a mistake. So he gets 20 points again. So actually, it's going to be let's see. Hang on. First, that's a strike. That's a 20. That is an 8 and an N. So that will be a 30. So actually, it's 10 points for that. That's 8 and a 10 is a strike. So spare 10, 20. Yeah. So yeah, he works off both balls, which is 10. So he's at 30. And we're in the fourth, working off the spare another 2. So then he'll get the strike off the 2. So he learns from the second frame. So that's going to be 20. So now he's at 50 through the third frame as he enters the 5th. and that's going to be a 10. That strike. So a pair of strikes there, so you won't have to add those in yet. Here's frame 6. Ricky Ward trying to get hot here. And that's going to be a 12 and a strike to a big one. That's going to be an 80 for Ward as we enter the 7th frame. So Ricky Ward picking up speed. Needs to be in the 2 threes, and that could definitely kill him. A 7 and a spare gives him 27 is 107. That for 10, 20 gives him 127. He works 7 and a spare on his 8th frame. And that's going to be a 14 and a strike. That's 20. That's 147. Let's see if he can pick up speed a little bit. He's going to need to. And that's going to go back 2 frames and another 7 and a spare. Oh, my, 167. And he works off the spare heading to the 10th. And there is a strike. So he gets that. So he's at 180. He's going to fall short. He's at 197 now. He's at 217. And that's a strike. So now he's at 207. Ward to finish and finishes with a 7. So it's a 2-14 for Ricky Ward as the fans give him a nice applause, but he will be on his way home. And now coming up, Jason Bellomonte. So that's right, the one-handed bowler extraordinaire, or the two-handed bowler extraordinaire, however you want to say it. So here comes Belmo from down under from Australia. One of the more favorite bowlers in the world, if you ask me. He was ranked 1 in this 2013, 228.81. So Belmo in his opportunity, he is next round within his is average to do that. So let's see. So Belmo to my screen so I can look at his card and we're off. So here we go. Jason Bellomonte. Again, you can see the scores on the bottom of the ticker who's already qualified. And Tim Chris sit from that enviable spot being stopped. Let's see. And that's a strike for Bellomonte. So Bellomonte gets his first and he's off. So Bellomonte is off. And that's going to be an 11 strikes for Jason Bellomonte. Oh, wait a minute. That's a double 5. So he gets to go back 2, so he does not use it. So it's a 5-5-1. I caught myself, but it's a strike anyway. It's a strike on the second frame. 5-5-1 on the card is a strike. That's an 8, and he fizzles out. So his first opportunity is out. And again, that's going to be 2 shots there. 10-20. He's at 48. Strike 8 is 28. 20 is 48. He's on the 4th frame. Bellomonte can't have that kind of mistake. 9. And he misses again. So again, Jason Bellomonte, 19. Gives him 67 through 3, working on a spare in the 4th. Bellomonte missed the last couple, and that's a 12. So that is a strike. 20. He's at 87 through 4. Now working on a strike in the 5th. Bellomonte again trying to do it. Oh, an 8. And he cannot believe it. He's just not reading the lanes well. And that's going to give him a 107 to finish that off. So again, Bellomonte, that's a strike for Belmo. We get a strike there. He's at 127 through 6, working on a strike. Again, he's right in his range to get where he needs to be, and that's a strike. So pair of strikes for Belmo. So now working on the 9th frame, working on a 2-bagger. He's trying to make a comeback. 2 6s, two 6s means he gets to go back 1 frame. That is a strike. 157 for Bellomonte heading to the 10th. He has an opportunity if he strikes out to possibly qualify. That's a 12. That's a strike. He's at 187 now. A strike will give him 217, and he's on his way. I believe he strikes here, he will be in. And And that is, oh, 3 4s. Oh, no. That is on the OTP card. That's the spot you do not want to be on. Oh, Belmonte has to re-roll, and he's going to end up with an open somewhere. That's a 10. That's 6-3-1. Bowler leaves, luckily, it's a 6-3-1. Bowler leaves one pin. 1 to 5 is open. A 6 is a spare. So, Belmo, 9. And no, he does not get it. So it's an empty frame. Holy cow. So let's see. That I think that just pretty much squad-deuced him from getting into the next round. As we're going to have to figure this one out. 30 is 157, 30 is 187. So that is going to be a 19, 187 plus 19. That's don't fail me now. And that is going to, oh my goodness, that is going to give him 206. Then the 9 is 215, and he misses. One pin over Ricky Ford, and Belmont just leaves the freaking alley. He's pissed. He had a chance. If he strikes it and gets another chance, he probably said 235, 36. And because of the O2P card, he left a 9, and he misses. Oh my gosh, he misses a 9 pin. So he's done. And that's it for Jason Belmonte. So just like that, the worst possible thing just happened to him. And I do apologize to the chart. I was just my own personal chart I'm charting. Give me 1 second here. Oh, I can't believe I just lost this one once it's on the floor. Let's see. Hang on, folks. Give me 1 second here as I'm hopefully having some people. Oh, here it is. So Belmonte ends at 215, and he was on his way to getting to the next round with that, but he missed. So that leaves Tim Chris still in it. And now we're going to have Mr. Mark Williams up. He's been pretty hot in these kind of tournaments. I mean, great and do great in this. Like the Wrestlers are just both above their head. So here's Ed Wrestler again. Number 24 on your scorecard. Yes. And that's an 11. That's a strike. So 2 in a row. So 2 in a row for Mark Williams. Let's see if Mark Williams can keep going with 3 in a row. And he does. That's an 11. So Mark Williams hits 3 in a row and a 3-bagger. So let's see if Mark Williams can go for 4. And a 9. And he fizzles out. 29, 59, 20, 79. And we're in the 5th. So Williams needed that one. Let's see if he continues. Oh, he goes back 2, and that's a strike. So 99, he's now on his 6th. And that's going to be a 12. So he actually likes what's going on here. That's a 6 frame. He does not have to add the shots in yet. He's at a 99 with a pair of strikes into the 7th frame. And that's a fizzle out. That's an 8. So an 8 will give him 28. Carry that, and that will be 11, 12, 127. So a 28, 28. That's what that is. And then 20 is 147. He works off a spare as we're going into the 8th frame. And that's gonna be a 9. Something he did not want to do. So that's 19. That is 166, working off a spare now. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 into the 9th. And just when he had a chance, and that's another 9. Oh my goodness. He is just missing big here. 185, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the 10th. He's at a 185, working on a spare in the 10th, and that just totally totally squad douches him right now. 17 plus that will be a 202. 212. He's out at 212. Max, he can go 222 and he gets it. So he's at 222. A spare and a strike. So, but a 222 is not enough. As Tim Chris's 237 survives. And now we'll go to number 4 in the rankings, Mr. Sean Rash, one of the top bowlers on the tour. And I believe he did really well in one of our last tournaments. And he'll get a shot here. Rash from 2011, 228, 13 average. Rash is a right-handed bowler. Let's go ahead and see if we have anybody else on the outside watching in here tonight. Again, this is night 2 qualifying of In the Pocket Bowling right here on the Sports Time Machine. Again, Mark Williams ended up at 222. Belmont at 215. Ricky Ward was at 217. Those are the 3 you've missed tonight. 7 on the tour. So Rash will start off here and see if he can start. No, and it's a horrible first shot for Sean Rash. Oh, he gets 6 and he picks up the spare, which thankfully he does. So now he's all 6s. Geez. So all 6s, thankfully, gives him 1 frame back. And 1 frame back does not do him any justice. He gets the same 6 again and a spare. So Rash with a horrible first start here. And now that's not going to be much better. That is a 7. Oh, and Rash is having a rash here. And that'll be for Sean Rash, that'll be 17. That'll be 33 as we head to the 4th frame. As Rash has just not, and there's a strike. He finally gets that one to fall. So Rash is at 53, finally on a strike, heading to the 5th frame. Rash is the double 6, and he gets a strike. He gets to go back 1 frame. So that will count. So now he's in the 6, working on a double. That's an 11. That's a triple. So finally, Rash with a 3 in a row, working in the 7th frame. See if Rash can get hot. That's an 11. That is 4 in a row. He's at 113. Now he's in the 8th. So he's making that run. Oh, and that probably just destroyed the run. So 28 gives him 141. 20 gives him 161. He's on a spare in the 9th. Here we go. And that's a strike. That's a 20. That's 181. Again, he's right on the cuspid, but he's gonna fall short. That is a strike there. So that's 2 in a row. Another strike will put him at, he could make it. He can get 241. Oh, that's a strike. So now he's at 2. Now he is at 211. He's at 231. Rash will come back from a horrible start to probably make this. And he does. So Sean Rash finishes up strong and qualifies at 241. So we have a new qualifier. And it drops Robert Smith down. So the top 3 are unfazed. So Robert Smith will now drop down to the auspicious 5th spot at 240. And that'll put Sean Rash right now at 241. Again, it's Wrestler 268, Malott 265, Couch 253, Rash 241, and Robert Smith 240. What a finish. He went 6 spare, 6 spare, 7 spare. Then he found himself with 4 in a row. He got a spare, and I thought that was it, but then he got a strike, and he struck out in the 10th, and he finishes at 241. Again, bowling people at home, did I make the mistake? So it's 6, that gets 16. And that second one was, so 6 was 16. So it was a 7, 17 is 33. 4 is a strike, gets 20, 53. Strike, and that'd be 30. Strike again, 113. Strike 141. And let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Supposed to be 30. Oh no, the 8 and the spare gave him the 161. Strike gives him 181. Strike there. 30 gave him 211. 3 more strikes gave him 241. That would be correct in my scorekeeping. So congratulations to Sean Rash. And so far, he may be in a spot where he's going to keep it. So 241 for Rash. So now let's go to number 10, Michael Simonelli. So Michael Simonelli will now come in. Let's see, or is that Ryan? Let's see. No, it's Ryan. So it's Ryan Simonelli. He's from 2011. He's a left-hander. 225.93 for Simonelli. So he will now come out as the scores get higher. You like the bowl kind of last, but not this kind of tournament. Good. Right now, boy, that puts you in a very auspicious situation and he starts with a strike. That's where you want to be, a strike to start. So the second frame for Simonelli. Let's see if Ryan can get 2, and he does. Barely. Brooklyn's one, so he has not bowled perfect on this lane. He's getting some luck, and there's 2 6s. Simonelli will go back 1 frame and get the turkey. So he's at 30 for his first 3. So now here's 4. Here's the 4th frame. Simonelli perfect so far, and that's a 6. That is not good, folks. Wait a minute. 4-1-1. Hang on. That's a strike. Actually, that is a strike because he bowled 2 1s and a 4. That's on the card. So he gets the benefit of the doubt and a strike. He does not. I guess it was a 3-2-1 as a 6. That is 6 and a spare. But if you get the 2 1s and a 4, that is the strike on the board. So he's 60 through 4. So Simonelli gets the break on that one. He moves back 1 and gets the strike again. He is 90 through 5. So Ryan Simonelli is just burning his way through. Oh, and that will bust through an 8 and a spare. So 28 gives him 118. 20 gives him 138. And then the 7th frame working on a spare. And all 6s. Jesus. All 6s for Ryan Simonelli. Let's see if that's on there. It is. It's a strike. And he gets to move back 1. Oh, no. That is not. He has to follow 2 6s. So he does have to follow his last spare. Basically, he did not read the frame well. So he'll get 18. And again, a spare is it. So again, he left 2, gets the spare, 8 frame. That is something he did not want to do. There's a strike. So he's at 176. So now on the 9th frame, he's going to have to put on some mojo if he wants to get in right now. And that's not going to help. That's a 9. So 9 for there. That is going to be 2 balls, gets to 20 is 196. And now if he can go 246 on the finish. So if he strikes out here, he will qualify. No, we jinxed him, I think. 133 is nothing. That's a 7. 17 is 213. So that's 2. So let's see here. So that's 2. It's so 14. So let's see if I'm. So again, let me make sure I'm right. 17, 13. 4 is 200. So 17. Yeah, 17 will be 213. Plus the 10 is 223. So let's see what he does here. 223. 233 is not going to get in. Oh, double 6s, and he has to settle for 9. So 19 gives it because he goes back 1 frame on the double 6s. So that's a 9 he got back in the 9th. So he'll get 9 there. 19 gives him 232. So Ryan Simonelli starts off hot as a firecracker, but you need a 240. You need a 240 to advance to tomorrow. So Ryan Simonelli will not advance. He gets a 232. And now we'll go to Michael Fagan, who is number 7 on there, as we'll call Mark Roth to the on deck circle. So again, we'll go to Michael Fagan. I believe, let's see what he is. He is a righty, I believe. He's a right-hander from 2011, 227.53. Again, this is in the pocket bowling created by Mr. Mark Miller. Played mostly on computer. I believe the game has been abandoned, but a computer game is awesome as heck. But I found out through the instructions you could actually play this cards and dice, and that's why we're having it because it's so nice. So Michael Fagan comes up. He's a 227 average. Again, he needs 240 to get tomorrow. Let's see if he starts off well here. And that is going to be a 15. That's a good strike for Fagan. It's a hard one, too. Boy, that went right in the pocket and took everything down. No questions asked. So Fagan with a great start. That's a 13. That's another good one. 2 in a row for Michael Fagan. Let's see if Michael Fagan can continue. Oh, we spoke too soon. 9 gives him 29. We go to the 4th frame. So now let's see what happens. Let's say, hang on, let's stall that. So 10, 20 gives him 49 through 2 as we go to the 4th. Gotta make sure I hit that. Oh, a 5. Oh, he goes back. A 5 on Fagan goes back 2 frames. That is a strike. So he does get that one. So that'll give him 69 through 3 as we enter the 5th, working on a strike in the 4th. That's 2 6s, and that will go back 2, and he gets the 9 back again. Oh, no. That won't be good. That gives him 80. Now gives him 89, working on a spare in the 6. That's something Michael Fagan cannot do that. Strike. He just barely gets the carrier pigeon. So he gets a strike there at 109. So the message was sent to the 4-pin, knocked it down. There's a 7th, and that will go back 1, and that's a strike. So a big-time strike. So the 7th frame is going to be a strike. So now the 8th frame, he's on a double, folks. That's an 11. That's a strike. So he's at 139, very unconventionally. So now we go to the 9th frame. And that goes back 1. That's a strike. So 169. We go to the 10th frame. Let's see if he can pour it on and advance here. That is a 12. That's a strike. 199. Here we go. I believe he's in. Let's see what happens. Oh, not that. That's a 5. And that's the worst thing probably that could have happened. He goes the OTP card. Oh, my goodness. Just like Belmo did. And now he's going to have to roll on the rare play opportunities. And you don't want this. It's going to be a 4-2-2. Oh, Lordy. He is a righty. Let's keep that in mind. 4-2-2. Bowler leads 4, 6, 7, 9, 10 right-handed. Roll 3 dice. Lord, he rolls a triple. It's a spare. So holy cow, rolls triples a spare. And let's see, rolls 4, 3, 2. So Bowler leads, let's see, let's go back here. Or is it, I'm sorry, folks. Hang on 1 second. That was a split. That's 4-3-2. 4-3-2. Bowler leaves 4 pins. Roll 1 die. So it's 6. It's 6. If he rolls 1, 2, it's open. He gets 1. 3 and 4, he leaves 2. 5, it's an open. He leaves 1, and 6 is a spare, and he gets a spare. How about that? So good job there to fill that spare out. Let's see if that affected him. Holy smokes on that one. So let's see, 20, 26 on that. We cannot afford any mistakes. So it's 225. And the OTP card I believe, affected that. So again, let's look at it here. So he's at 199 there. And that's a strike. That's a 26. 26 carry is a 225. 235 he finishes it at, and that is not enough. Oh my goodness. Again, the strike would have probably got him in, and the OTP card knocks him out. 240 is what you need. And again, he got the Belmonte 10th frame rare play chart, the OTP card on a 5. And you automatically have to roll in that really god awful card of his, god awful chart. So yeah, and we thank those who are coming in, coming out. Please stay in and follow, folks. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please stay with us. Average 221.66 when averages weren't exactly high on the board. So the guys who are in the top 32 are a lot higher because of the era he bowled in. So Mark Roth will come in. Again, he was an absolute stud. We lost him earlier, I believe, this year, late last year. So Roth will start, and he starts off badly with the 9. So that's not the way Mark Roth wanted to start. And there's a 13 on a strike. So that's where Mark Roth wants to be back on there. That's 2 for Roth. Let's see if he can get 3, and that's a 10. So he barely gets to slide over on the pin. So that's what he needed there. He needs a little bit of luck. So a pair of strikes. That's a 13. He has a 3-bagger. So he has 50 through 2 as he enters the 5th frame on a 3. And that's a 7, and that will fizzle him out. So 27's a 77. A 20 will give him 97. He's working on a spare in the 5th. So that could be crucial. And a 9. And boy, Mark Roth knew it. That was going to be a problem for him. Now he's on 116, working on a spare in the 7th now. And that's a strike. So a big strike. That's a big strike for Roth. He's at 136 entering the 8th. Can he keep it going? Oh, no, the OTP card, but this time it happens way early, and that can almost destroy your tournament. That's a 655, and that could be one of those really weird ones. Bowler leaves 3 pins. Roll 1 die. 1 open. 2, 3 gets 1. 4, 5 gets 2. 6, he gets the spare. And he gets a 2. Ooh. He gets the 2. And let's see, he gets 1. So 7 and 1. And he gets the open. So 18 gives him 154. And 8 gives him 162. And he might as well say good night, Gracie, because he's done. And that's a 12. That is a strike. So now he's basically starting over from the open frame now. And that's a 6. He knew that was going to be bad. Oh, let's see. Let's look at Ross 411 again. That's double 1s for Roth. And a 411. Oh, 411 for him, though, is an 8 and a spare. So again, so it gives him 20. Gives him 182. He's at 192. And he gets the strike in the end. So he's at 202, a very ugly 202 to say the least. And that'll be it from Mark Roth. He'll pack his bags, and he won't be around for the Saturday finale. And now we'll bring in number 30 on the list, McDowell. So McDowell will now come in. He'll get his reps. So he is, again, name is Mark McDowell from 1992, 217.8 average. And he'll get a shot again. 240 is your score to beat to get the sack, to get to the sack, to get to the Saturday step ladder final here at the Vegas Bowlers Tour right here. Bowlers Tour did back to get his score sheet. He gets the ball, and he's about ready to go. Again, the bowlers are usually bowled as a random number to start it off. Oh, he gets on the OTP card right away. So that is going to be horrendous for the other. Oh, let's see what he gets on it. Okay, folks, hope you're still here. Do give me a second to represent this. Hopefully, people are still able to watch. Again, just technical difficulties, unfortunately, here at the bowling alleys. We lost some of our lights. And, and we're about to see we can continue this. And we so Norm, back way of saying, if you didn't hear me, they are hearing sounds of Norm Duke. The Duke comes out and he'll need to beat a 240 if he wants to go into tomorrow. Let's see if Norm can do it. You have to start strong. You cannot have this what's been happening to the bowlers so far today, and that's a start. And Norm can't believe he starts with a 9. So again, his second shot here, and that will be Ooh, he goes back, I think. Let's go back to Mr. Duke. We're going to have to, sorry, folks, give me a second so I can reference myself. A 5 goes back 2. He cannot reference 2, so I reference the card at 552, and he gets a strike. So he gets a strike on the 552. So Norm Duke gets a nice strike there, and maybe that's what he'll need to continue this. Oh, he gets an 8. And I feel sorry for him. He's one of my favorites when I do watch. He just is a, along with Pete Weber, I'm an absolute character on the lanes. So an 8 and a spare there gives him 40. So now he's working off a spare again. And that's a strike. He barely gets the fall. So now he's at a 60, working on a strike in the 5th. And that's an 8 again. So again, he just laughs a little bit as he knows he's just not getting the shots he needs. And here it is. And that is a strike. He gets to go. So he's at 100 through 5, working on a strike in the 6th. So in the 7th, can he have a strike? Yes, he can. So 2 in a row. Let's see if he can build on it. 8th frame, fans on their feet. Oh, wait a minute. That's gonna go back. Norm Duke is gonna be a 5, 2 5s actually. So no, he has to have 2 5s. So the chart will be a strike. He gets a 3-bagger. 130 for Norm Duke. So let's see if the Duke can strike out. 2 6s goes back. 1 strike for Norm Duke. So Norm Duke gets another one. He's at 160. And all of a sudden, Duke is going to make a run here. And a strike for Norm Duke again. He's at 190. And all of a sudden, Norm Duke is making a run here. And that's a strike for Norm Duke. How about that? He's at 220, and yes, he is at 240. So unless he throws a literally OOTP and the gutter ball, he is going to advance with whatever he rolls. Oh, he rolled a 5, and he has to roll on the rare play chart. Unbelievable. The OTP card for 4. And I jinxed him. I jinxed Norm Duke. Sorry, Norm. Holy cow. And triple 6s. So let's see. If he rolls triple 6s, he ties. Otherwise, he's in. So let's see. You don't want all 6s. Here we go. And he'll make it in. 6-4-2. Bowler leaves 1 pin, so he gets 9. He doesn't have to finish it. And he makes it in. So Norm Duke gets the 249 after starting spare, strike, spare, strike, spare. Then starting in the 6 goes 6 in a row, and then the 9 gives him 249. So again, that is a strike. That is 20. That is a spare and a spare. So that's gonna be a 40. Got the 2 rolls. Strike gives him 60. Strike gives you 80. And then a strike. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on here. Make sure we got this correct. So now we're going to have official score here. So it's going to be a 9 and a spare. A strike gives you 20 there. He gets an 8 and a spare is 40. On the fourth frame, he goes strike for 60. On the fifth frame, it's an 8 and a spare, so it's 80. Then he goes strike, that's 100. Then he starts going strike happy, 30 for that. Then he goes strike there is 160, and then he goes strike is 190, strike again, and that is 220. Oh, wait a minute. Is it a 229? 9 is 229. I think I may have missed. So again, let's do an official score here. We're in such a critical situation. If we don't finish tonight, we'll have to do it offline in case we go too long. But first, again, let's make sure it's right. A 9 and a spare, a strike in the second frame carries the spare over. So he gets 20 to work on that one. In the third is the 8 and a spare. So he gets the 2 pins there. So that's going to be 20. So it gets him 40 through 3. In the fourth is a strike. So he gets both the 20 pins there. In the fifth was an 8 and it was an 8 and a spare. So again, he gets 20 again. So it's 80. That's one way not to do this. And now he's in the sixth where he goes happy. So he gets a strike, it's 120. In the seventh is a strike. The eighth is a strike. He's at 130. The ninth is a strike, is 160. This is where I think I messed up. Strike in the 10th is 190. A strike again, that is okay, 220. And a 9 is 29, is 249. So he does make it. I was correct. So Norm Duke is on a 249 and does qualify right now. So that is going to leave again the first one, wrestler, Malat, and Couch all the same. And then it's going to force Duke at 249, and then it pushes Sean Rash now down to 241. Robert Smith is now sent home. So now it's wrestler 268, Malat 265, Couch 253, Duke is at 249, and Sean Rash is at 241. What excitement we have here at the lanes. Sometimes bowling is one of the most hardest things in the world to score, but you're here doing it. So let's do it sideways again. It seems like that's the best thing. So our next bowler, do a scoreboard at the end here. And we're going to bring another guy out from Wichita State. His name is Barton. He's number 8, and he's from 2004. All right. Sorry about that, folks. So strike, 9 spare strike, 9 spare strike, and he ran. So Page from 2007 is a 223.42 bowler. So Page will start it off, and he gets a strike. So good start for Page. So the strike, he got the strike he needed. He is a left-hander. That's a strike. That's 2 in a row. That's the easiest thing to score in bowling. That's a strike, and he gets 3 in a row. So Rhino Page with 3 in a row. Oh, oh, wait a minute. 5-1-1. Let's see. That's a strike. He gets a strike. There's only 1-5, and he's at 60 through 4. Page. And that's an 11. That's 5 in a row. 90 for Rhino Page. He's on fire right now. And that's a strike. That's a 10. 120 for Rhino Page, heading to the 7th frame. 6 in a row for Rhino Page. Oh, it's an 8. 28 is 148. 2168, and he's on a spare heading to the 8th frame. Let's see if he gets hot now, and he maybe can make it. That's a 13. That's a strike. So we got 188. 9 now. And TP, that just, I bet you that destroyed Rhino Page's opportunity. He's going to leave an open frame somewhere. 6-4-1. Bowler leaves 1 pin again. So again, it's going to be a 9. And he gets the spare. Boy, did he need that one. So 7-8 gets the 9 to spare. That is a 208. And he's on a spare in the 10th. He could qualify if he strikes out. Let's see. Oh, not when he does that. Let's see a 3-3-1, though. Let's see a 3-3-1 on Page. Does he get the gift? No, he has to have 2 1s. A 7 itself is a 7 and a spare, and that, folks, will do it. So let's see. 17. Give him 225, 235. And, he may get past Sean Rash here. He's at 235. I think he gets in. He does. Oh, wait a minute. A double 5s for Page. He goes back 2 frames, and he gets 9. So 19. Oh, let's see. 244. Let's see if that gets 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17. 225, 235, 244. Is it enough? It is. So Sean Rash will get replaced by Rhino Page, who sneaks in there with a 244. So right now we have left is Ryan Schaefer, Ferraro, Walter, Ray Williams, and Parker Bone III. So you got 2 finishes that could absolutely affect this tournament. So if you're still waiting and watching, watch, because you could have an exciting finish of the last 2. But now here is Ryan Schaefer. He's number 17 in your scorecard right now. Schaefer is a 1999 bowler, 224.26 average for the season. And he will now see if he can qualify for the Showboat Invitational step ladder final. Right now, again, it's Rustler 268, Malat 265. Couch is at 253 still. Norm Duke at 249, and Rhino Page snuck in there with 241. That sent Sean Rash's 241 home. So now we go back there again, and we're back. Not ready to start. So if you've been here, please like, please subscribe. We're down to strike. So he gets the gift on that one. 2-1-1 normally doesn't give you a strike like that, but he does. Here's the 2. Oh, 6-6-5. It goes back one frame and he gets a strike. So 2 in a row for Ryan Schaefer. So Ryan Schaefer starts off strong. He gets 3 in a row. So Ryan Schaefer with 3 in a row, 3 big shots. And a 13. He goes back one. That's still a strike. So Schaefer has 60 through 4. And that's an 11. That's a 10. That's a strike. So 5 in a row for Ryan Schaefer. He has 5 in a row here. Does he get 6? Yes, he does with a 10. So now he's at 120. He's looking for 7 in a row. Ryan Schaefer. No, it's an 8 and it blows up on him. 148.20 is 168 and he's working on a spare through the 8th frame. Oh my. That's an 11. That's a huge strike. 6-11. 20. 188. 4-7-8. This is the 9th frame. He's going to need an exploding end. And that's a 10. That's a strike. So he's got 2 in a row. So he'll continue here. He goes to the 10th frame with a big opportunity. Can he do it? And that is a 12. That's a strike. So a big one. He's at 218. He is close enough to qualify. Let's see if he can. A big start here will finish it. And he gets it out of 10. So another 2-bagger. He will qualify and possibly finish first. He's at 268 on his last shot. And Ryan Schaefer finishes off huge. 7. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30, 278. And we have a new leader on the board as Rhino Page gets knocked off. So Ryan Schaefer gets an absolute big ovation. 278. So now it's Ryan Schaefer 278, Ed Rustler 268, Wes Malott 265, Jason Couch 253, and all of a sudden Norm Duke looking in back of him is at 249 as Ryan Schaefer shocks the world and goes 278. Now we go to number 27, Ferraro. We'll see what his opportunities live you. There's 3 left, and then you go Walter Ray Williams and then Parker Bone III. This is David Ferraro back in 1992 to 1970. So Ferraro comes in. If he gets on a streak like Schaefer, you never know what's going to happen, folks. 3 left to the finale. Sire 3-2. What the hell do we have here? Bowling. Yes, we do have here. So we have what's called in the pocket bowling. Ferraro. Then tomorrow we'll chop these cards and we'll put them in Excel so you can watch them. But for tonight, this is what we do have. You have the dice tray, and that's an 8. So Ferraro definitely not the same start he got. So Ferraro with an 8, and that is going to be a 15. That is going to be a strike for Ferraro. So that's a 20 through 1 as he goes to the 3rd frame. So Ferraro, and that is going to be a 13. So a big strike there. So he's out 2 in a row heading to the 4th. So Ferraro on a nice little roll here. That is going to be a 11. That is a strike. So that's a 50 for Ferraro. So he is a 50 through the 5th frame. So he is starting to roll a bit. And that's going to be a 15, 3 in a row for Ferraro. He's now at 80 going to the 6th. So Ferraro with a nice opportunity. That is going to be 7-13, another strike. Holy cow, that's at 110. So now he is entering 1, 2, 3 into the 7th frame, and he's starting to be on a roll. Goes back 1 on a double 6 and gets the strike. So David Ferraro is absolutely on him. He's on an intense roll. 140 right now as we head to the 8th, and he's working on a double bagger. And a 14 is a 15 is a strike. So what a outing for Ferraro. He's at 170 now, entering the ninth frame. Can Ferraro, and I think Norm Duke steps aside knowing he's going home. That's a strike for Ferraro. So we haven't gotten to Walter Ray Williams or Parker Bone the third yet. So now, folks, we go to the all-important 10th frame. He's on a 200 with 2 strikes, and he gets a 12. He's at a 230, and he might qualify first. Who knows? There's 2 frames to go. That's a strike. What? 260. He can go for the 290 right now. And he got it. It's a strike. And he gets the best, one of the best possible games you can get. Ferraro with a 290 at the end. So what a game by David Ferraro. That makes it easy. He goes to 290. Schaefer 278. Rustler 268. Malott 265. Jason Couch 253. And Norm Duke is sent home with his 249. So now with 2 bowlers remaining, 2 of the step ladder finals completed, and we're going to now go to 2 of the best in the world. And this gentleman needs no introduction, and that is Walter Ray Williams, number 3 on the scorecard, 228.34 in 2007. So let's go. He has a chance. Boy, Walter Ray Williams just watched 2 intense 2 intense bowlers in a row go absolutely nuts. That's something you don't want. 7. So Ferraro, even I can't remember. Ferraro and Schaefer absolutely go nuts. So now Walter Ray Williams will now take his turn. He's a right-handed bowler, 228.34. And we are off. And of course, he gets the 2-1-1. He gets a strike, gets him the fall. And that's a start Walter Ray needed. Let's see if he can continue to pound it. Oh, that's an 8, and that won't be good. So that is going to be a 20 for Walter Ray there. So he works off a spare in the second one, and that's a bad shot. Ooh, that would have been bad. Let's see if he can not bowl that again. That's a 10, so he gets a strike there. So that's going to be a 20, gives him 40 through 2. We're now in the 4th frame, and that's a 10, and that's another strike. So now he has a double working in the 5th. Walter Ray Williams working his way through. Oh, a 7 could absolutely destroy him. 27 to 67. He spares it out to give him 87. He's on a spare in the 6th frame. Oh, with the high averages right now, you have to bowl almost perfect, and a strike will give him 107 on that one. So the 6th frame was a strike. He's working on a strike in the 7th, and that's a strike. So he had 2 in a row. So Walter Ray Williams is trying to get back in this. That's an 11. That's 3 in a row. 137 for Walter Ray Williams as he goes to the 9th frame. And Walter Ray Williams just buzzed out at an 8. So 28 gives him 165. I think he was just on a high adrenaline there. 185, and he'll be on his 10th frame working on a spare. So he is done. That's 2-1-1 for Walter Ray's a strike. There you go. So he's at 205 here. So 4, 7, 9, 10. So he's at 215. He can finish 235. And that goes back. That will go back 2. And that will be 1, 2, 8, and a spare. 20 is going to be 225 for Walter Ray Williams. So Walter Ray Williams will finish there. Ferraro 290. What in the world happened there? And then 2, and now the last bowler of the night before we finish, and he's number 6 on your scorecard, Parker Bone III from 1999, a left-handed bowler, 228.04. So let's do this, folks, and then we'll set the finish for who will be in the top 5 for tomorrow's step ladder final here at the Sports Time Machines Bowlers Tour, as we're doing the Showboat Invitational from Las Vegas, Nevada. I do apologize, folks. Are I do have some issues with the audio and yeah, the internet and everything else. Sorry. I do. You guys know we're having some issues with it. Hopefully we can hopefully a little bit better in the future. So again, please, I'll wait for it to come back on the screen again, so I can see the digitalization now. So interruption, I can almost roll it on this screen without even going. Like pretty much, the cards are pretty much easy to memorize, at least on most of them. So Parker here for the finale, and hopefully we can finish this here. Waiting for the finale. Hopefully people are gonna use and trying this good stuff here for this one. I'm hoping you're able to. Again, if you can hear me, hopefully you can. Again, right 5 right now for Shape they just came in recently. Ed Rustler's at a 268, Wes Malott 265, and Jason Couch is at 253. I might have to go out and come back in, folks, if you can hear me. So please wait for a second to come back, and I will. Let's see. I'm not getting the signal for my thing to come back. All right, folks, I'm back. Hopefully that was not too much of a sudden blip there. I do apologize. Let me go ahead and share this screen again with my scoreboard and get the cards on the screen again. There they are. We're back. I think you can probably hear me a little better, hopefully. And let's do the bone to third. He'll get the opportunity to see if he can get there, but the finish did knock off the next man. The next man in line is Jason Kilholm. And we thought we had the screen up again, and it did it again. All right, do it again. So that is a strike for Bone the third. As we starts off the way he wants to. So a big strike for Parker Bone the third. Anything above a 10 is a strike. These cards, double 5, double 6s, you get to move a couple times around. 8, 4, 14, that is a strike. So that's 2 for Parker on the third. He's going to try to make a run here, folks, and see if he can get there. And there it is. Double 6s is the way it is sometimes. And there it is. We're back. So Parker Bone the third has thrown 3 10s at least over 10s in a row. His last roll was a double 6. We went back 1 frame and got the strike. His fourth that? Looks like we're back there. Let's go back. Oh, and that's a 7. He had the long wait, and then that probably killed him. 87 20 is 107, and that will be an 11. That's a strike. So 4, 5, 6, 7 in the 7th frame. Word. I don't think he can get to 250. I don't think that's a strike through the 9th. So let's see if he's going to have to strike out to stand any chance. That is a strike. So he does 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a triple. 187. So a strike is 2. He could, if he strikes out, he could go 257 on here. So a strike would give him 217. Another strike is 220. He will be at 257. 8, 9, 10. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now he gets two more rolls and another strike here. And oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Let's again, the 4 strike is 60. 27 gives him 27. And then a strike gives him 127. So again, folks, we're going to stop strike gives him 30. Strike gives him 60. A 7, and he's in the 6th frame here. Strike gives him 127. Strike, he continues. Welcome back again. I do apologize. Thank you for still being here. Thank you for staying with me. Hopefully, we can finish the next couple shots because I'm thinking I'm running through on the 3rd scorecard here because it's getting late. So strike here, gives him 30. Strike gives him 60. 7 gives him the 27, gives him the 107. Strike gives him 127. He gives him 157 here, gives him 187, gives him 217. And now 5, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's on 2 spares right now. So if he completes this and he goes back 1 and he gets it. So 247. So yes, he's going to qualify and then some. And he finishes off with a strike. So yeah, he only has 1 miss today, and that would definitely probably be a 277 there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3 strikes. So again, we will give you a final tally in one moment if you are here. Although, ladies and gentlemen, me back. This is the very end. Parker Ball 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, I'm doing manually. Gonna have to get some scoring sheets here. So hopefully we can keep for one moment here. So strike on the So 107 there. Strike gives him 127. So 4-5 strike on the ninth gives him 187. Strike to start the seventh is 217. Strike gives him 247. Strike gives you 277. And ladies and gentlemen, 90. So Ferraro's at 290. Ryan Schaefer serves night's win. He stays in at 268. And then Wes Malott moves all the way down the fourth. I'll repeat. All right, folks. Thank you, folks. Thank you for coming back. I'm not going to bring up the screen back again. So the final again, folks. Hopefully, I have enough to tell you this time. The final tonight is this. So tomorrow it's going to be Wes Malott taking on Ed Ressler at Malott 265, Ressler 268. The winner will take on Parker Bone III, who bowled a 277. The winner of that will face Ryan Schaefer, who finished at 278, and then David Ferraro, who finished at 290. Hopefully, what I'm going to do is have the Excel again, have the cards of both Ferraro, Schaefer, Bone, Ressler, and Malott just copied and cut and put in my Excel. And now we could watch the cards and hopefully watch the scoreboard while we're doing that at the same time. So that is my goal for that one for tomorrow. I appreciate you staying in 1 hour and 20 minutes of all this hocus pocus going on here. I do apologize. Please hit your like if you're able to. Please subscribe. Obviously, if you're in the room, please do that. Again, thank you. All of our videos I'm doing, including Stratomatic 1979 Yankees. So here we go. Thank you, folks. We'll talk to you later. Love everybody. See you again, and we'll see you down the road. Thank you, folks. Bye-bye.